talking about follow-ups, and I feel like that's pretty important. So welcome to the coffee chat. I just do want to remind you guys that this is every single Saturday at 10 a.m., whether I'm leading it, whether somebody else is leading it, whether it is just strictly like a power hour. We always meet at 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings. And so the reason we do that, like in addition to team calls, is because I feel like the weekends are really easy to get detached from the business, from your goals, from just life in general. And I know by me actually planning something every Saturday morning, like my dad's in town visiting, but I made this a non-negotiable for me because this is my business. And we as coaches, our lives are our business. Like our storefront is like our health, our wellness, and our mindset. And so staying close to the fire throughout the weekend is really important. That just sounded like a gunshot outside of my window. I have no idea what that was. That was really loud. But okay, so today we are going to get started with, we already started with some Taylor Swift, which is awesome. And we're going to get started with a little bit of Rachel Hollis. And I found this video on YouTube and it's really awesome. And she just talks about the hustle. And you guys know me, I'm a junkie for personal development is one thing, but also like there's just so many different types of personal development. You know, we have personal development where like you have the ability to be cheered on and you really have that belief instilled in your core. And then you have personal development that really helps you build habits in your lifestyle and get ahead of the game in just your lifestyle in general. And then you have professional development, which is awesome for like business things. But Rachel Hollis is really awesome for like cheering us on. And I love this video and I just wanted to share it with you guys really super quick. And then we're going to jump into follow-ups. So we're going to watch this together.
Laurel Thatcher Ulrich said, "Well-behaved women seldom make history. Not one of these women put up with the expectations placed on them by society or the time period they were born into. Are you a hustler? Me too. Do you secretly want to be, but you're afraid of what other people might think or say? I've been there. For many women, the weight of other people's opinions will be too big a burden to carry. They won't be able to step outside the safety net because they're too scared. But that's not us. We're willing to go after it. We're willing to be audacious, and we're willing to take it on because the chance to live into our full potential is worth any backlash that comes our way. Some say good girls don't hustle. Well, I'm okay with that. I care more about changing the world than I do about its opinion of me.
Think of some of the qualities that men might be recognized as having as admirable qualities, and then asking why in the world you do not think that you are also able to lean into that. Because good girls don't hustle implies that hustling is bad for girls in a way that it isn't bad for boys. I've never once been judged for my ambition. I've never once been judged for how hard I want to hustle.
If it's not true for all of us, it shouldn't be true for any of us.
Can I get an amen? Say it again for the people in the back.
If it's not true for all of us, if it's not true for men and women, girls and boys, then it shouldn't be true for any of us. If you admire our business, this business, thank you, Dave, in partnership, but this business doesn't exist without me, 15 years of hustle. If you admire my work as an author, that doesn't exist without all of this time, decade plus of working as an author. And most of the time, people are not going to understand you wanting to put in more than the average bear because most people are just fine with posting. Most people are just fine with mediocrity. And the second that you start to step in, when you start to put the gas on, you start to work a little harder, they come at you with the passive-aggressive comments because you pushing yourself reminds them that they're stuck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so good. And with our businesses, like this could not be any more reflective because
2015.
That's exactly what we do. And it's so sad. It's like ridiculously sad how many women, especially, fail in their lives and more importantly in this business because they are so worried about what people think of them. People don't send invites because they're worried about what people am I going to annoy them? Am I going to offend them? But Rachel Hollis, like she said, like a man never gets criticized for his hustle. And I think that once you work past the point of being like, I'm just a hustler. Like, that's what I'm known for. People start to realize she's gonna hustle with or without me. She's gonna hustle whether I have judgments or not. And that's where people start to see along. And I bet you that you might have been somebody who judged others on the outside. I was for sure somebody who judged others on the outside, especially when I remember so vividly, like my dad starting Beachbody, like 6 years ago. And I was like, oh God, my dad works out in the basement. Like, that's just like his thing. And I was in college, and we're always willing to judge where our weaknesses come in, where our vulnerability comes in. And remember that nobody in this world nobody's judgments on this planet can take a front seat to your goals. If you want to make an extra income, if you want to get in the best shape of your life, none of your friends should be able to criticize that their critics or their judgment should never take the front seat to what you want to accomplish in your life. And once you get that down, their judgments start to go to the wayside, because they realize that you're going to do it whether they're criticizing you or not, and they're going to start clapping for you. So just remember that. And even if they stop clapping for you, if you stay with it, they're going to come back around. They're going to start clapping for you even louder when they see that what you're doing is paying off hard. And I am perfect example of that. Perfect example of losing a lot of friends who now are on our team because they've watched full circle what it's done for my life, and they want that same thing. So just hold on to that yes, Hannah, you just need to keep showing up for yourself and not for anybody else on this planet, because Rachel Hollis wouldn't be who she is if she would have listened to the critics and the judgments. So good. Okay, so we are going to jump right into follow-ups. And so the reason I wanted to talk about following up today, but more importantly, I wanted to talk about follow-ups today, but because of the promotional period that it's in right now in June, it's just super important that we all are mastering our follow-ups. And I think that so many of us are so nervous to send the follow-up. It's like easy to send that initial invite because it's like, oh, she's following me, I can send that initial invite. But then the second we go to follow up, you get a little bit nervous. Like, is it too soon? Am I going to annoy her? Am I this? Am I that? And I think that it's really important that we understand that the fortune is in the follow-up. And I'm going to talk about 3 different ways to follow up today. I'm also going to point out, guys, that your majority, 99% of the time, you're not going to get a yes out of the initial invite. So if you go to sit on your Instagram, and I really want you to remember that an invite to this opportunity should not just be a simple, I don't want your brain to go to, oh, I have to invite today. I want you to understand the power behind every invite that you send. And I truly want you to really come to this understanding that an invite has the ability to change somebody's whole world. There's a reason that the 34 of you are on this call on a Saturday morning when you could be out at brunch or doing something else, but you're sitting on this call because your business is important to you. Something in you switched, and you have a dream, you have a hustle, you have something inside of you. This opportunity changed your life in some way. You have to remember that an invite has the ability to do that same thing. I was sitting yesterday, and I mentioned this, I don't remember where I mentioned it, but I was sitting yesterday thinking about how I opened up I want to recruit 15 girls for the rest of June. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, it's so cool to think about the 15 girls that I'm going to recruit this month and the possibilities that they have to change their life. And I know in my heart that they have the ability to change their whole world, their entire world, because I've changed mine, and I've seen hundreds and thousands of other women have their lives changed. And when you hold on to that, an invite should never be this wonky thing or this icky thing of, oh, I have to sit down to send invites. You should be excited about sending these things. Sure, maybe not actually doing the action of inviting, but having known that you just invited 20 people today to an opportunity that changed your life, that's what you have to master. That's the entrepreneurial mindset that we all have to master, okay? And so the invite is one thing. And I posted this in Team Elevate the other day, but it's crazy it would be insane for us to think that every invite we send, we're going to get a yes, or we're going to get somebody who's ready to sign up. That's like a professional baseball player thinking he's going to hit a home run on every single hit that he makes. It's just impossible, right? It's just silly for us to think that. But with every invite that we send, it has the opportunity to be something incredible. And I want you to think about every invite that you send, every follow-up that you send is a seed planted. And I really want you to get into this like gatherer mindset. This is what changed my business 4 years ago when I got into this mindset, is that I want you to think about this field. And this field is just ready to be harvested. And you send an invite, you plant a seed. And then you plant another one, you send another invite, and then you send 50 more with it. And every day you're planting more and more seeds consistently, every invite that you send. But if you were just to plant the seeds, just plant them once, send out a burst of 100 invites, not show up on your social media, not go back to follow up with them, not actually get results yourself, not actually prove to people that what you're doing is worth it for them, you're not going to go back and water the seed. You're not going to go back and give that seed the nurture, the sunlight, the nurturement, whatever word that is, that it needs in order for it to grow. And this analogy really helps us understand that every invite that we send, we're now inviting them to watch us a little bit closer. But guys, you have to be proving to them why it works. You're going to send an invite to somebody, Sally, on Monday and tell her that she should join your boot camp. You better bet your bottom dollar that on Tuesday and Monday and Wednesday and Thursday, you're waking up being proof that the boot camp changed your life, that Shakeology is changing your life. Boot camps, coaching, the workouts, everything. And not by saying the boot camps changed my life, not by saying Shakeology changed my life, but just being this leading example of this is something that I started 4.5 years ago or however long ago, and I'm living proof that what I'm inviting to you has the ability to change your life. You will never nurture those seeds if you don't come back and actually prove why they need to sign up, okay? And so there's 3 different types of follow-ups I want to talk about today. There's the follow-up that that all of us should be doing this month, especially with the $20 discount. There's the follow-up that we should do if we have somebody interested, we can follow up a week later. And then there is like a third follow-up that we can do to offer what else we have in our back pocket. And I'm going to get to those in just a second. But I want to start with this June follow-up. And this is one that has been working for me really, really awesome. And I'm going to actually post it here in the chat. But right now, for those of you who don't know, hopefully all of you know, all challenge packs are $20 off right now. Let's just reiterate that, guys. The $160 all access challenge pack, which was once $199 at the beginning of when it first was launched, it was $199 for this. It was for a full year of workouts. Guys, I want you to understand too that Beachbody On Demand is not just workouts. You have the entire Fixate channel on there. You have a plethora of nutrition guidelines. You have the calendars. You have so many resources on there. But if you're not using them, they're not using them. Pull recipes out of them. Pull like I made that apple muffin recipe out of it. People went nuts. And the girls who didn't know that Fixate existed started utilizing Fixate because I pulled that recipe. So when you're talking about Beachbody On Demand, don't let it just be a workout platform. Talk about the other incredible resources that we have on there, like the Fixate channel. Like inside of every single workout program, there is like, people don't even need a coach. People could go on there and they could change their entire life with Beachbody On Demand. The workouts, the nutrition, the resources, everything. And so I think it's really important that all of us build our knowledge on what else Beachbody On Demand has to offer us, okay? So when this challenge pack was launched, it was originally $199. It is now $140 for the month. Its original price is $160. We just brought it back down to $160. It's $20 off right now, so it's $140. But you get full year access to Beachbody On Demand. You get your first 30 days of Shakeology, which alone is $120. So they're getting that basically for free. They get one-on-one coaching with you, and they get the My Challenge Tracker app, the ability to check into their workouts and their Shakeology every day. Now that has the ability to change anybody's life. I need you to believe that. I need you to believe that Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology has the ability to change anybody's life. $140 is like kind of hilarious. Like that is so cheap. And also, like when you're talking about it, don't just bebop around on the price of it. Let people know, guys, like you're getting it for an incredible deal. And so what I did was I went through every single person that I've talked to on Facebook. I haven't done it totally yet. I'm working my way through on my Google Streak, on Facebook, and on Instagram, and I am sending this message to them. For anybody who has not purchased their package yet, I'm saying this. I'm going to paste it in just a second. Hey, Ash, I know you haven't pulled the trigger just yet on your program, which totally worked in your favor because it's now $20 off this month. If you're ready this time around, give me the green light and let's get you set up. Like, so simple, straight to the point. I want people that when they see me send them a message, it's not like an entire paragraph that they have to commit to reading. I want it to be short and sweet, and I want them more than anything to see $20 off. And I'm going to put that in capital letters so that they can see it in bold. Hold on, So I'm just going to read it again. It says, hey, Ash, I know you haven't pulled the trigger just yet on your program, which totally worked in your favor because it's now $20 off this month. If you're ready this time around, give me the green light and let's get you set up. I hit Success Club the first day of the month this month because I sent that to every single girl who had a share card out. So simple. The fortune is in the follow-up, okay? Utilize this. Go back on your Instagram to people who you've talked to forever ago. You can actually, this is actually really awesome for you guys to do. If you copy this and on your Instagram, create a shortcut. And I know this might be a little bit of a reminder for some people, but I'm going to talk about it really quick. If you go on your Instagram and you like open a message box, so Tian's the first girl I'm going to message because she was my last one. If you open up a message box and you click this plus button right here, see this plus button? Click the plus button, and then it opens up more options, and you click this little 3-star, Tian just tagged me in something, you click this little 3 comment thing right here. It opens up your quick replies. Okay, and those are all my quick replies I have saved. This can be a quick reply. If you make, hey, Ash, I know you haven't pulled the trigger yet on your program. I wouldn't say, hey, Ash, but I would make your quick reply like, hey, I know you haven't pulled the trigger yet. And then as you're working your way through your inbox, you find somebody that you've been chatting about the programs with, boom, send it. It's just quickly, you can just send it. And so to create a quick reply, you just click the add button and then make the shortcut. Maybe you want to make the shortcut like, I don't know, just do like the letter T or the letter, any letter you want that you can remember, and then paste that in there. And then every time you come to somebody who needs that follow-up, just type in R, click that button, and it sends. R, click the button, and it sends. It's the quickest way ever to make your way through. And I don't want you to think, oh, it's the quickest way to send invites. You know, I think it's like just this like mass way to get people to join. You know you have something incredible. And if you guys can get it out to as many people as possible, then you're doing your job. Not F you. Oh my God, I know, guys, this is kind of hilarious. But one of my quick replies was F you. It's like, it was my, it was just like in my brain, like it's follow up, right? Follow up. And so every time I type F you, my quick reply pops up, but you have to click the quick reply button in order for it to like pop up. And I accidentally clicked send before I clicked quick reply. So I sent this girl F you. It was so bad. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know what just happened. Hannah thought that was funny, but yeah, that was yeah, I unsent it really quick. Actually, I don't even remember who I sent it to, but so funny. So quick replies are really awesome. Utilize that this month because it's $20 off. That, I mean, every single person can get to Success Club by tonight by going through your inbox and following up with everybody, like every single person. Does Instagram still flag it as copy paste if you use quick reply? I don't think so, Maddie. And Instagram's not even weird about copy and paste anymore. I can do 100 messages with copy and paste and never be flagged. Just don't do like, just don't like go super duper fast. Like take your time to go through it. And if you're somebody who feels weird about sending invites super quick and you don't feel like it's personal, take a second to go into their Instagram, give them a follow, or, you know, if you, hopefully you're already following them, but show them a little bit of love, but also know that where you're coming from with it is because you know what this has done for your life. You want to share that. Okay, so, and then the next type of invite is for somebody who maybe you've talked to, maybe like a week ago, you talked to them and they ghosted you. And this is something that happens very often, myself included, is that we're in the middle of a conversation with somebody and somebody's so excited, you send them their share card and it's just like, where did they go? And so this is the follow-up that I often send for that. You just say, hey, Ash, I just wanted to pop in and see if you had any questions since last time we talked. Is this still something you're interested in starting with us, or should I stop checking in? And I always say the should I stop checking in part because people don't want you to stop checking in. Like if I were just to send a simple follow-up like, hey, did you have any questions? They'd be more likely to not answer that because they probably know I'm just going to follow up again with them next month. But if I ask them, should I stop checking in? The responses I get to that is way higher. And they're like, no, don't stop checking in. I'm not ready right now, but you know, X, Y, and Z. But I'm going to copy and paste that over. So this would be a perfect opportunity for you to send this to somebody who you've chatted with, who is like ready to pull the trigger, already knows about the $20 off deal, but just needs like a quick check-in. Okay. And that's just self-explanatory. And then the last follow-up that I am actually going to be sending now, starting now, because not going to lie, I was not somebody who really like ever offered anything other than challenge packs, but I do ever since we did our chat in Team Elevate, we talked about all the things we have in our back pocket. People do not need a challenge. Like a challenge pack is not the only thing that has the ability to get people success, right? People can get successful with just the workouts. People can get successful with just Shakeology. Even though we know that a challenge pack is the silver platter to be successful, like that's what I started with. I was super successful from the beginning, but some people are super successful. Like Lindsay Matway burnt P90X on a DVD and she is the top earner in the company. And so that's proof. Like Sydney Thompson said she was allergic to Shakeology and was using her mom's Beachbody on Demand. And so that's just proof that people can be successful by ordering things, maybe not the traditional way of challenge packs. And so we always do have to pull what we have in our back pocket. And so this is the follow-up that I'm going to do for people who basically have been ignoring all of the other things. I've talked to them about the $20 off. I've checked in with them and they're just not ready. This is going to be something that I send to those people. I'm going to say, hey, Ash, checking in one last time to just share with you alternative options to get started. I don't know if it is a financial thing holding you back from diving in, but if so, we could always get you set up with a $39 price that will get you your workouts for your first 3 months. Or wait, what did I say? But if so, we could always get you set up with a $39 price, and that will get you your first 3 months of workouts and nutrition rather than the whole year. If this sounds better to you, give me the green light and I will get you set up on my end. And so, of course, you know, it's not the most ideal option for them to get started with just the quarterly Beachbody on Demand. But guys, you're still going to make commission off of that, which I know isn't the most important thing, but you need to treat them just as if they are a regular challenger who bought a challenge pack, because they do have the ability to fall in love with it, especially with Morning Meltdown coming around. We have the ability to change everybody's life with Morning Meltdown. A 100-day program, and I was going to post this in Team Elevate today, a 100-day program is not something that you can like work around, right? 21-day fix is nice to like get ready really quick before an event, but 100 days is like, there's always going to be a holiday within 100 days. You're always going to have like an event within 100 days. 100 days to like really build a solid routine. And my advice is that every single one of you needs to be committing to 100 Morning Meltdown 100. It starts on July 29th, the day before my birthday. It starts on July 29th, and every single one of you guys should be utilizing every product so that your girls will be using those products. Shakeology every day, not just when it fits, not when it's convenient for you, but Shakeology every single day. I want you to be drinking pre-workout religiously, and then pick up one other product that maybe you haven't tried before. Like I just started Detox and I love it. I drink it in the morning and I feel so clear. Like my face feels clear. I just feel so good. I don't need 15 scoops of Energize throughout the day. So that's something that I'm trying, and I've been sharing that with the girls in my group. And so when you start using these things and you start thriving throughout this program, they're going to see you thriving through the workouts that they're doing with you. But it's really important for you because people love, that's the one thing like in our business that we don't have a lot of is like this quick like the quick fix type of thing, because workouts are long-term, Shakeology is long-term, but things like pre-workout, things like detox, things like the 3-day refresh, those are things that people really are attracted to because they are quicker, and human beings want a quick reaction, want something quick. So start those things, not to mention Energize is great for you, and detox is incredible for your body, especially to keep you regular. If any of you guys are irregular in the potty room, detox is really incredible for that. So keep that in mind. And there's, Chelsea said, buying detox this week. It's so good. I love it. It's so good. And it's 30 days. It rocks. But that should be your goal going forward into July, is to crush Morning Meltdown and just bring out all of the incredible things, all the incredible products that we have in our back pocket. Use them so that your girls use them. And also mastering your follow-up, guys. Master your follow-up. These 3 follow-ups are like the only follow-ups that I send. One based on our promotional periods always. And I'm going to send one very similar to Morning Meltdown. So what I'll say is like, instead of saying $20 off, something I'll say in my first follow-up would be like, hey, I know you haven't pulled the trigger yet, or something along those lines, but it's actually the launch of the new program that I've been piloting for the last 30 days. If you want to try it with me, if you want to be one of the first people to try it with me, let me know and we can get you set up for that. And then obviously going into the one when people don't respond, always just ask them if they have more questions. And then the last one, if people really aren't responding, they're ghosting you, asking them if they want to start with an alternative option. Because more times than not, people have $140. Everybody has $140, whether it's from their mom, whether it's from their credit card, whether they just wait until Friday. Everybody has it, but it's a matter of you just putting something in front of them that just sounds more appealing to their lifestyle. But people aren't going to give you their $140 until you prove to them why they should. Working out every day and drinking your Shakeology every day is only going to do so much. They need to see why you work out every day, hear why you work out every day, hear why you drink your Shakeology every day, and let them watch you change your own life. But the fortune is in the follow-up. The sale is just this month, right? Yep, it is. And then the last thing I want to say about the fortune being in the follow-up is that every single, I don't know for sure, but I'm going to just kind of like say 100% that every single challenge pack that I've sold, every single order that I've sold this month has been from somebody who is not the first time I've talked to them. It has been from somebody that I followed up with and needed to just go back and plant and water that seed and nurture that seed in order for them to grow, or in order for them to go through the season of their life where they needed me. Maybe in January, they didn't need me. But then in June, they realized, wow, instead of going to Planet Fitness, I remember this Ashley girl on Instagram who runs these awesome boot camps and she's in an incredible shape. I'm going to ask her. And so always be that person, always be that Starbucks where people know that that you're going to deliver this awesome latte every single time. How long do you wait to follow up? It depends on the person, but like if they're super excited to get started and then they ghost me for 2 days, like I'll follow up within 2 days. But then if I follow up after 2 days, I'll usually wait like a full week to offer the $39. But last thing I'm going to say to you, and then we're going to pop off, is you need Google Streak. For those of you who do not have Google Streak, write it down next to you. Every single person needs Google Streak, especially if you guys have been in this business longer than 3 months. You hear me say this all the time. I've been talking about it from the very beginning. You need Google Streak. Don't be like me. Don't wait 3.5 years into your business to use it. We all need it. And so if you go into your email and you click, I don't know how to use my email. Hold on. If you go into your email, it's just basically, it's embedded in, and I have mine called Organization. And I have my entire Google Streak here. So any single person who is interested in the program, I add them to interested. And guess who I can follow up with consistently? All of these people I can follow up with every single week. But if you're just going by guesswork, if you're just going by, who you think or who you remembered that day needs a follow-up, you're going to let a lot of people fall through the cracks. If you're not using Google Streak, if you're not using something that keeps you organized, you need to. I also use my iPad, and I've showed this a million times. But on my iPad, I have this. I gotta go to it. I have my June tracking. So on one side, I have like my goals for the month and I track it there. And then on the left side, I have everybody who basically said they were going to order, who are or interested in ordering, and I have them over there. And I highlight them as they go. And so for me, every week I can look at this and say, oh, Michelle Maltcree, 36, hasn't ordered yet. She's not highlighted. I'm going to go to our Instagram message and see where we left off. And I highlight them based on if they were from Instagram, Facebook, or email. And I share this with you guys every single month. It's so simple. I'll actually post this with the recording of this video so that you guys know, but do what works for you. But you have to do something. This is a business. How many of you guys want this to turn into a 6-7 figure business? Raise your hand. Start treating it like one. Deal? All right. I love you guys. This recording will be up tomorrow. And who wouldn't? I know, for real. This recording, actually, I'll put this recording up later today, but I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your weekend, and thanks for popping on with me. Bye, guys.